You could be deactivated for doing literally nothing wrong. What's going on, everybody? I hope you are doing well. My name is Zach. Today is Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022, and we've got a problem. Before we go any further, please press that like button. By you doing that, that tells the YouTube algorithm that this video should be shown to more people, and this is something that every Grubhub driver needs to know today. Also, if you're new around here, make sure to hit that red subscribe button. If you are kind enough to subscribe, let me know in the comment section below. Tell me your name and the market you drive in, and I'll be sure to thank you in my next ride-along video. I want you guys coming to my channel for good information and bad jokes. But when the delivery services change something, I'm also going to share that information with you. And this is exactly what happened yesterday. Grubhub pushed a series of messages to our driver accounts yesterday talking about how they've updated their terms of service on contract violations. And some of these are extremely problematic. Frankly, most of these are extremely problematic. Let's get into why. Yesterday, Grubhub pushed a series of messages to our driver accounts talking about how they've updated their terms of service on contract violations. I want to start out by reading you guys something on Grubhub's website called Understanding Account Violations. Grubhub has updated its fraud prevention process to help you understand what violations are and how they work. A violation is a pattern of behavior that is usually associated with fraud, which is defined as an undesirable behavior that impacts the restaurant or the diner. Through this process, you get a clear roadmap of exactly what behaviors might trigger a violation and how you can get back on the road if a violation occurs. If a violation occurs, you will receive a notification through the Grubhub for Drivers app and an email. If you get a chance, you'll get a chance to review and acknowledge the violation in the app. If 3 violations occur, your account will be blocked and you will not be able to log into the app. After you've had a violation for 90 days, it will expire and be removed from your account. Before I read off what these violations are, there's another paragraph at the end of this page. It says, by giving you clear guidelines for using the Grubhub platform, we're improving our fraud prevention process and creating an environment that protects and empowers Grubhub drivers. Bull. And when drivers succeed, the entire Grubhub network succeeds. And 3 out of 10 people who have found this article found it helpful. So pretty telling there. Okay, let's just take these one at a time here. I want to start out, first of all, by saying the language in the opening statements, it's quite vague. Like they're using words like patterns and fraud. But when you start to read the reasons that they could deactivate you for fraud, this is where it becomes deeply problematic. And every driver needs to know these, because you could be deactivated for doing literally nothing wrong. Reason number 1, unassigning orders. Accepting an order and surrendering or refusing to complete the delivery, resulting in a delay or canceled experience for the restaurant or diner. Okay, so I can understand unassigning a certain number of orders. Like, let's say that you accepted 100 orders and you unassigned 30 of them. That's a bit excessive, and maybe at that point they could look at deactivation. But it doesn't give you an idea. Is this 1 unassigned will get you a contract violation? Is this 10 unassigns? I don't know, because it doesn't say, because it's not a clear roadmap. Number 2, excessive cancellations. A significant number of your orders were canceled by either the restaurant or the diner. Are you kidding me? Like, we have control over the customer canceling their order or the restaurant canceling their order. Right off the bat, I can think of one restaurant that I will no longer be going to because it seems like a third of the orders I get there are canceled. So that's bullshit. We have literally no control over that. Like, how the fuck are you going to punish us for them canceling an order? Like that's our fault? Number 3, frequent missed deliveries. The diner sees that the order has been delivered, but they cannot find their food. I think that this one's more reasonable than the previous. It's just like DoorDash, where if you drop it off at the wrong place, you could receive a contract violation. I think that's fair, and I've talked in depth in previous videos about how to protect yourself from this in the event that you do have a lying customer. Just take pictures that show like the apartment number or the house number or something. If you can, get a picture of the food and the apartment number, and that'll save you there. So anyway, moving on, I think that one's kind of reasonable. That's fine. Number 4, slow ETAs. A significant number of deliveries were excessively late compared to our estimates. Let's talk about the way Grubhub does their time estimates. I can't tell you how many times I've received an order on Grubhub that was placed 1 minute ago, and the pickup time is 1 minute from that. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Have they even looked at the tablet at that point? Like, how are we going to have that order picked up and ready to go? Grubhub wants us there yesterday. In a couple of my previous videos, I've talked about a manager at a restaurant. Whenever this person is there, things slow to almost a halt. If I see that person at the restaurant, I would typically just unassign the order and walk out because I know that I'm going to be waiting a good 45 minutes to an hour. But now I can't do that because I'm going to get a contract violation for unassigning the order. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the order, right? Oh no, I'm going to get a contract violation because the restaurant was slow as f***. Like, how is that fair to us? That's ridiculous. That's bull. Number 5, diner adjustments. A high number of order adjustments have been requested by diners. This one is extremely vague, and I could see this meaning two things. Do they mean order adjustments as in they decided to add something to their order? They just wanted like a different entree or something like that. They wanted a change. Or does that mean that they're claiming they didn't get part of the order and so they're requesting a partial refund? So the wording here is so vague. They could throw this at you for doing nothing wrong. Like, let's be real about this. Let's assume that we're talking about the order needing to be partially refunded. In the vast majority of cases, we get bags that are sealed. Like, we're not supposed to go through those and open that up and start looking through their food. So when I first started driving, I would verify the order every time. And how I would do that is I would look through the app and then they would look at the receipt, right? If the customer paid for the item, it's going to be on the receipt. Doesn't mean it's in the bag though. So I quickly figured out that verifying the order in 9 out of 10 cases does nothing. Okay, now let's assume it's the other way and the customer just wants to make changes to their order. How is that fair to punish us? Like, how is that logical? Like, did a fucking 4-year-old write this? This is insane. Number 6, overcharge place and pay orders. A significant number of place and pay orders exceeded the anticipated spending amount. Are you fucking kidding me? That's like taking your high school finals. You're sitting there doing a math test, and unbeknownst to you, Jimmy Smith is behind you looking over your shoulder, copying your answer, and you both get a 0. Don't think I forgot about that, Jimmy. We don't know what that spending amount is, Grubhub. You don't tell us how much you think that order is going to be. Let's be very clear about this. Place and pay orders happen when Grubhub goes and scrapes restaurants' websites for menus and pirates them without the restaurant's permission. These restaurants did not reach out to Grubhub, nor do they have a partnership with them. According to Bloomberg, in 2021, we saw a 9% inflation rate. So in some cases, Grubhub has a menu from these restaurants that's sometimes 2 and even 3 years old. So they have items on there that the restaurant doesn't even sell anymore and incorrect prices. So by you guys going and nicking something off of their website, how the fuck is that our fault when your prices are wrong? This can lead to a contract violation, people. If Grubhub has the wrong price for a restaurant because they have outdated menus, that falls on you now. We wouldn't know. Let's say that you had a really popular restaurant that was a place and pay in your market, and you go there 3 times in a day. You could potentially lose your account in 1 day and not do anything wrong just by going and using your card. Do not write tips in to the receipts. Like, I know that that's a shitty thing to say, but do not write a tip into that receipt. If you do want to tip them, do it out of your own pocket, but do not write a tip in. All right, those are the 6 things that can get you contract violations. Some of those are incredibly vague, don't you think? And almost all of them, we don't have control over. So you can fight them, right? All right, those are the 6 things that can get you contract violations on Grubhub. The language is incredibly vague, and I take this to mean basically like they can just give you a contract violation for anything. So my 2 takeaways from this. Number 1, there's one restaurant for sure off the top of my head that I will no longer be going to because they have a large number of canceled orders, and God forbid I commit fraud because the restaurant canceled an order. And number 2, I will never do a place and pay order again. So good job, Grubhub, screwing your customers. There's got to be a silver lining, right? I mean, on DoorDash, if you get a contract violation, you can fight it. Well, let's see what Grubhub has to say about that. This article is titled, "I want an account violation removed." This says, if you feel a violation is inaccurate, do not reach out to driver care as they will not be able to help. After 90 days, the violation will automatically be removed from your account. If your account is blocked, we will be able to fill out an appeal form in an email sent to you. So no, you cannot appeal a contract violation until after you're deactivated. I want you to do a quick YouTube search after you're done watching this video. Look up Grubhub deactivations. Specifically look for videos where like maybe the driver had like a license from a different state and got deactivated when they did their background check again. It is a nightmare if you are deactivated, wrongly deactivated, to even get in touch with somebody, let alone to be reactivated. Guys, I can't sit here and tell you what you shouldn't do on Grubhub moving forward, but I would be extremely cautious with place and pay orders, unassigning, and restaurants that tend to cancel orders. Get activated on as many apps as you possibly can. Like, even if you don't plan to use them, like I've got an Instacart card on the way. I don't really plan on doing Instacart, but I've got a card on the way just in case. Grubhub used to be my primary driving source of income. I used to do 90% Grubhub, and I made a killing doing it, and I used to love it. But I swear, these companies now, their executives are sitting around at a Friday night poker game talking about ways that they're going to one-up screwing the drivers over. Just get on as many services as you can. All right, now it's your guys' turn. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think that this is Grubhub's attempt at trying to stop fraud? Or do you think that they're trying to use this to punish wise, informed drivers? I want to hear from you. If you haven't done so yet, please hit the like button. Let's get this video seen by a lot of people. Send this to everybody that you know that drives for Grubhub. Because if I'm interpreting this correctly, just driving for Grubhub and doing nothing wrong can get you deactivated now. Also, if you haven't done so yet, please do hit that red subscribe button. And if you are kind enough to subscribe, let me know in the comments below. Tell me your name, the market you drive in, and I'll be sure to thank you in my next ride-along video. My name is Zach. Take care.